Okay, so before I start telling this whole story, I just want to preface it with this that I have not read all of the pages in this story. I don't know the ending, but I do think it's a story, half story, if you will, that's worth telling. So, I grew up in a Christian home. My dad was a children's pastor, and my mom helped him out with that. And she was also very involved in like the choir and music ministry for that church. And I was basically always there. I lived in that church. So I grew up knowing how to talk to people and how to put on, without even realizing it really, that how to put on a face and just to smile at people even when you didn't feel like smiling. So fast forward a few years, I think until about 6 years old, my dad decided to leave that church in pursuit of a different calling. So we left that church and we left the school that I had gone to for a couple years now. And that kind of changed my whole life, really, because my life was at church. So that brought me to second grade, and it was a different school and a different church, and no one knew me. So I went to the school, and I could already tell that I learned differently and read differently than the other kids, but for some reason I could not get up to the basic learning level of my grade. So basically I was taken to a doctor, and they had told me that I have a reading disability, which resulted in getting really weird glasses and having eye treatments. So yeah, I would go to school and I would be made fun of just because I couldn't read right, and my glasses were kind of dorky, I guess. But through second grade and sixth grade, I had no idea, but those were the years that really formed the self-image that I see myself as now. I was bullied harshly for about 7 years, and that bullying was verbally and physically as well. So I was constantly told, like, you're ugly and you're worthless and no one loves you, and that really just started to sink in, and I have trouble even now seeing past that. But anyways, fast forward to the end of sixth grade, I hated life and I hated the school that I was going to, and my parents basically took me out of that school just because the bullying was getting really, really bad and my grades were slipping as well. Also, during that time, my dad was dying as well. Like, his heart just almost gave out, and it was very scary for me, and just not having like support that I needed in that time was very hard. So anyways, I was taken out of regular school and I was homeschooled for 2 years by my parents, and those were like the worst 2 years of my life, because of all the hurt that my friends and people around me have caused me, that I just believed them. I really started to believe them, and I was alone and I felt terrible. I was so lonely back then. And fast forward 2 years, I had to look for high school to go to, and I was very nervous, and my mom was kind of hesitant as well, just because we weren't sure how it was going to work out and if I was going to have the same experience that I had in elementary school. So basically I checked out a few high schools, but I stepped onto Berean campus and immediately I felt that I belonged there. And freshman year was hard, just mixing in to the new way of school for me. And as well, during the week of Thanksgiving, my dad almost died again. And I think that was when I broke. I completely just stopped caring about God, and my grades were slipping, and my parents had realized that, and so they just encouraged me to do better in school and to try harder. And I think by sophomore year, I finally regained the confidence, and I started to confront the hurt that I had been feeling for so long. And so I'm here, junior year, and I would like to say that I have gotten through all of the hurt, and I've been able to change my self-image, but it's really just a work in progress. And I know that God will continue to work with me through all the pain that I've been through, and it's just so awesome to realize that a God so big is willing to take me where I'm at and help me heal. And that is my story.